Hello, good afternoon. We're back at it again with some more Front Mission. Today is Canada Day, so I get to chill in the afternoon. It's a stat holiday for me. So I can just play all afternoon playing some Front Missioning. Give me a second here. We're gonna front some missions. She's Arena's playing Diablo 4. That's not Diablo 4, that's Path of Exile. Somebody's lying to me. Anyway. What are we? What are we doing right now? The captain says we're returning to Midway. Lukov says, what if it's not so reckless? Emma says, Lukov? Then it says, you have an idea? The captain says, what other options do we possibly have? Lukov says, as you know, there's a civil war currently going on in the Philippines. Emma says, yes, between the military and the rebellion. Whoops. Lukov says, the rebels have been more active as of late, given the recent invasion of Luzon. Okay, what's happening at Luzon? Give me a second here. Whoa! Moving some wires around. There we go. That can't be. Luzon getting invaded? Lukov says the Da Hanzhong army has also been supporting them. Emma says the DHZ army? What are they getting out of it? Dennis says they're probably after the underwater oil fields controlled by the Philippines. Emma says, and helping the rebels get them the oil fields. Lukov says it doesn't matter, that's not our concern. My point is that the military is busy dealing with a civil war. And that also includes Dagat Ahas. Dennis says, so now's the perfect time for a surprise attack. Lukov says, I will accompany Purple Haze on this mission. Any objections, Captain? The captain says, no. Good luck, Lukov. Lukov says, I'll explain the details once we're on the submarine. Get ready. Kazuki says, so we're stealing Midas while they're engaged in a civil war? Ryogo says, it's like looting during a riot. Yoon says, can we steal anything other than the Midas? Just curious. Alright. Oh yeah, just to give a little bit more context as to what the Midas is, we've unlocked, what was it? You can read up on some files relating to the Midas by checking the Federal Intelligence Agency. So you can read up on it here. Yeah, so the Midas, a device using auric radiation to create energy. You can separate protons, neutrons, and electrons with auric radiation to extract energy. Auric radiation has vast kinetic energy and breaks the molecular bonds of anything in its path. On contact with the water molecules in air, auric radiation turns into a stable element, loses all energy, and poses no threat to organisms or the environment. And that's why it gets like use application in as a conventional weapon. Midas has potential as a new energy source. Its military potential is outlined below. Energy capacity, current models are less effective than nuclear weapons, but more effective models can be made. Reduced costs, the weapon's output is adjustable. Separate tactical and strategic weapons are not needed, resulting in lower costs. Deterrence factor, the auric radiation used in Midas is stable once it fuses with water. Therefore, it does not cause contamination. Nuclear weapons only have a deterrent value, but Midas can be used as a conventional weapon that possesses the power of a nuclear weapon. Currently, auric radiation is not stable, but Emmer Klamsky's research team is examining possibilities. How old is she? Emma. It's like this game's Oppenheimer, pretty much. Emmer Klamski is the head of Midas Research, with labs in Alaska, Vermont, and California. So far, her team is the only one to successfully contain auric radiation. Yeah. And then we got like the website for her, we got the website for her lab. Does it say anything? Actually, I haven't like looked at it. Alaska facility in Anchorage. That's where Emmer is the director of. How old is she? How is she a director already? Special Radiation Laboratory of UCS. We don't have the password for this yet, I think. Do we? Let me look it up. No, we don't. Okay. Save real quick. The captain says you'll be fortunate if you make it out of there alive. Best of luck. Let's talk to Lukov. Can we move around? Joe says, hey mercenary squad, how's it going? Kazuki says, Joe, thanks for helping us out the other day. Joe says, no problem. I hear we're working together this time. Kazuki says, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Ryogo says, hey, you'll be safe with me. Cindy says, just make sure you don't become a liability. Ryogo says, you're still pretty butch. Gaster says, we don't have much time, everyone. Let's get ready. I feel like everybody in the Purple Haze team is gonna die or for some reason. Lukov says, there's no time for small talk. Let's get ready. Okay. I was just wondering if you had anything to say. Crew room, okay. Emma says we can finally take Midas if this plan succeeds. Okay. Just trying to see if anybody has. You'll finally see Elisa again. What's Yoon have to say? Time is money, let's go. Yep. Just wondering if you all had anything new to say. Let's head to the deck. Let's get on out of here. We're going to the Philippines! Uy, Philippines! We're going to the Philippines. Yoon says, Taal base is far inland from the coast. How do we sneak up on them with a submarine? Lukov says, we're going to use a daredevil tactic. Look. Teka look. As you can see, Taal base is built into the side of a mountain. They hollowed out part of the mountain to provide a natural fortress. Used to be a volcano. Is it not active anymore? Because I mean, like, if I recall correctly, Taal Volcano is still, like, pretty active. Lukov says our objective is to reach the laboratory deep inside. Kazuki says you can only attack this space from the air, right? Yoon says, yeah, last I checked, submarines can't fly, so what's the purpose of using one? Lukov says, do you know what this is? Kazuki says, a lake? Lukov says, yes, at the bottom of Taal Lake, there's a natural tunnel that connects it to the sea. Kazuki says, that's how we're getting in? Emma says, it's dangerous, but not impossible. As soon as we enter that tunnel, we're gonna get found out. Kazuki says, what do we do after that? Ryogo says, did it take too long to walk to the base? Lukov says, we'll place the Wanzers into assault pods and launch them directly at the base. Ryogo says, we're using our Wanzers as missiles? Kazuki says, it's not even safe. Lukov says, as long as the Wanzers can withstand it. I already told you this would be a daredevil tactic. Yoon says, you got balls, Lukov. I like daredevils. We run it down mid. Lukov says, now here's the plan. There are two routes to the objective. Route A, which goes through the front. and Route B, climbing up the mountain face. That seems like the harder option. Depending on how the mission goes, we'll choose our route accordingly. Yoon says, so which one's easier? Lukov says, you can decide that for yourself. Ryogo says, hey, you shouldn't always take the easy way. Yoon says, but I like taking the easy way. I'll take the mountain route. Lukov says, Purple Haze and I will focus on drawing the enemy out. Emma's group will infiltrate the laboratory and seize Midas. Kazuki says, what about the scientists? Emma says, we'll rescue them while also securing Midas. Lukov says, that's the mission to your positions, everyone. Oh, let's go. Fumi and Coach. The operator says we've reached the target point. Point confirmed. Stand by for the Wanzer launch. We're getting launched out there like it's Gundam. I didn't manage to keep like Wanzers. That's crazy. Oh, these things are bigger than I thought. Straight up just dropping them. Lukab says take out the radar and comm facilities. Draw the enemies in, do what you want afterward. Kazuki says that was pretty hectic. Bleh, ouch! Who's the crazy punk who thought this plan up? Ryogo says. Emma says, Kazuki, Ryogo, we're going. We're going. Cindy says, Ryogo, make sure you don't slack off. Ryogo says, heh, don't be a slacker yourself. If you do your job, I might even consider dating you. Cindy says, you gotta be kidding. You call that incentive? Kazuki says, Ryogo, let's go. They're flirting. Maybe Ryogo is actually into her. We'll take the, do I get to choose? Comm facility. Our current position in the foothills where the lab is located. You can get into the base. We'll take the... This is where we're at right now, I think. Oh, okay, we'll take the Alpine Detour. Also because I believe that the Alpine Detour gets you like the Filipino party member. There's a Filipino party members. Simon says, what is it? The OCU soldier says, sir, it's an enemy attack. Simon says, is it the rebels? The soldier says, negative, they appear to be Wanzers of unknown origin. Simon says, unknown? Who are they? Verify where they're from, quickly. The soldier says, yes, sir. Simon says, what are they after? I see, they're here for Midas. Bring in the soldier who's being held for insubordination. The soldier says, but sir, that would be in violation of military regulations. Simon says, I don't care, bring him to me. That's an order. Contact the lab and tell them to prepare Midas for transport. I don't know who you are, but you'll never get your hands on it. Okay, put me in, coach. Put me in, coach. That's enough yapping. Emma says we can get in through here. Hazuki says, what kind of cannon is that? Then it says anti-aircraft, but it can hit ground targets too. Be careful. Ryogo says, you're awfully cool about it. Hazuki says, there's no time to waste, we're going in. Dennis says Kazuki sure seems excited about this. Ryogo says of course, he'll go all out if it's for Elisa. Dennis says makes sense, but being overly enthusiastic can become a problem if you're not careful. Alright, let's go gang. What's P? Anti-flames? Anti-piercing? Anti-interruption? Have no idea. How does Ryogo not have any upgrades? Oh, I forgot to upgrade him. Oh, whatever. It's okay. It's not like he has AP to spare anyways. Like, how do you check what type of, like, what type of, damage the weapon, the enemy weapons have? Or, like, generally, what kind of, damage type? Oh, you can see. P. See right there. P. Hard blow is I. Anything melee is, I don't even know what damage type I means. Is there a legend? Some turret guns. Is that a new mech? It's a castle. Never mind, we have plenty of those. Whoops! It's a Jinyo. Choppers. What's the range of this? 2 to 6. If you can get right next to them, you can disable them, I think. Move as a unit. Wait, where's Yoon's? Oh, wait, I fucked up. Where's Yoon's missile launcher? I forgot to equip it. The hell? Huh. Why is she not able to? Missing 16 points. 16 weight. 80. We need 96. We're missing 6 points. There we go. I was like, where is her, where's the missile launcher? She's supposed to have one. Need to make sure everything is upgraded. Okay, there we go. Skip everything again, and then we're gonna go the Alpine route again. I wish you could inspect the field before you could place down before you could place down your units. Alright, let's rock this house. We'll start punching the installations. Put them out of commission. Ooh, perfect. I got the arm. It didn't hit the arm. Ouch! Can we break the arm off? Oh, we got stunned. Good enough. Is that a new subby? What is that? Oh, it's a baton. A shield against it. Here comes the choppers. He's gonna counter back. Can we get a stun though? Ouch, holy shit, it's a lot of damage. Let's get that stun off. Come on, baby, let's get that stun off. He likes the counter. There we go, nice. An eject punch? What? Where's he getting a... They like eject punch. He got ejected, sucker. Alright, start shooting him. %, hit rate for some reason. He's stunned. Ryogo got stunned by a handgun shot. Alright, we need to get up there. Literally just step on the guy. Four damage? Come on now. It would actually be more effective if we just keep hitting his mech so that he won't have anything to return to. Much more efficient for us if we just keep attacking the other mechs. Whoops. That's not what I wanted to do. Yeah, we're just gonna go and disarm the other mechs. Disarm or kill the other mechs. Should be the kill. This guy's just a Jinyo. You could kill him. Alright, let's punch him out of that thing again. We could disarm this guy. But what I think I'm gonna do here is just aim for the choppas. What's the hit rate? 89%. Sure. Hit rate 89%, sure. I'll get rid of the choppers first. Where did that go? Where did that shot go? I could have disabled this guy. If he was gonna come back out of stun, I could have just I should have just shot at this guy. chopper's running away. Shoot at it. Back here, son. Hit chance 83%. Oh, that guy got ejected. That's hilarious. Okay. Missile supremacy. You know what? Maybe I should have waited. I should have waited for that guy to get back into his mech, to his helicopter. This guy is no threat to us. He only has his hand to slap us around with. I'll just take out the installation first. Oh my god, Emma killed this guy. Hit or miss. All shots either hit or miss the enemy. I don't think so. Why would you want to go back to your low health chopper? Oh, couldn't reach. Sure. Maybe Yoon can get it? Or not. That's GG's. Kazuki says, I think we can go further in this way. Then it says, looks pretty cramped. Spread out, everyone. Kazuki says, okay, let's go. Who invited this guy? Dennis isn't on the party, it's Yoon. Alright. We don't need to make any changes, so we're just gonna keep going. The soldier says the enemies are inside the base. Saman says, dispatch the Wanzer forces. We need to stop them. The soldier says, sir, I've brought former Lieutenant Estrada. Jose Estrada. Jose says, what do you want from a prisoner like me? Saman says, Jose, you have been found guilty of insubordination in the past, but we've kept you around because you're an exceptional soldier. Jose says, forget it. I'm not going back to the battlefield. Saman says, I regret the loss of your wife. It was a tragic accident. Neither the military nor you were at fault. Jose says, an accident, you say. The military gave the order to attack even though they knew there were civilians in the area. You still insist that the military wasn't at fault? Saman says, we had no idea your wife would be there. Jose says, I followed my orders without question and eliminated the targets along with my innocent wife. Now that she's gone, I have no reason to continue fighting. I'm no longer a soldier. Saman says, so you'd rather live the rest of your life as a prisoner? Jose says, I deserve no better. Saman says, I'm considering letting you go after this mission. You'll be acquitted and given an honorable discharge. If you want to atone, you can take your time once you've gained your freedom. How about it? Jose says, I can't fight. Saman says, are you sure? I think you'd rather be a free man. Jose says, can I trust you to honor these conditions? Saman says, of course. Jose says, fine, this is the last time then. Saman says, that's right. Jose says, what's the mission? Saman says, an enemy Wanzer squad is interfering with the transport of the new weapon. Your orders are to eliminate them by any means necessary. I'm counting on you. Yeah, you can try us. The soldier says, bring it over here to the transport. Hurry it up. The enemy is on their way. Kazuki says this is where Elisa and Midas should be. Emma says a container. Kazuki, that's a container. Follow that truck. Kazuki says okay. The soldier says the enemy is here. Hurry. Jose says, I'm sorry, but that's as far as you'll go. Please surrender. I don't wish to fight you. You in what army, buddy? Kazuki says, what? Jose says, stop. I don't want to fight another meaningless battle. Kazuki says, then why don't you just get out of the way? Jose says, if you insist on fighting, I will show you no mercy. It's not like the enemy gets close enough for let's see here. I don't even know what kind of like weapons they have. Is it piercing? Yeah, so what kind of weapons do they have? P. Piercing. P for piercing. Everything is piercing. Everything is piercing. Never mind. Let me start from the beginning. Everything is piercing. Just keep our piercing, I wish you could inspect, like, the map before you, put your units in, so that I would know, like, which defense I should go for. Anti-piercing, yep. Alright, let's go. This one's Jose, he has a Jinyo. Any new mechs haven't had it? Another Jinyo. This looks like a tassel. Brenos. So nothing new here for me. We'll just kill everybody. Let them come. Meh. Even with the accuracy boost? Come on now. Kill that guy. What is that? A Metal Gear? Emma says, be careful everyone. Ryoko says, what the heck is that? Emma says, an OCU prototype, be careful. Jose says, that commander, this wasn't necessary. Bro, what the hell is that? Can I capture it? That force discharge. Whoops. Here comes Jose. No way, Jose. What the hell is that? Can I capture that? I think you can. I would like to. We'll try to eject the, if it gets close enough, we'll try to eject the guy. Wait. No way, Jose. I should have saved when I got the feint first. Oops. I should have saved first. I need Kazuki to hit the body so we can kill him next turn. There we go. Nice. Oh, we got the feint. Nice. Perfect. We start harassing him. Face full of it. Whoops. I start aiming for the other guy. And then I'll just have Kazuki start punching the fuck out of Jose. Like, we want to hit the body or the left arm. Hit the body, come on. Keeps hitting the legs for some reason. There we go. Forced discharge. Nice. Made them waste a turn. Perfect. face full of shoddy. You could kill this guy. If I could hit the body. What is with Emma's hit rate? You know what? Kill this guy. Got the feint. Is Jose gonna get out of feint next turn? I have no idea. Oh my god. Got that Fire Emblem hit rate chance here. It says 99% chance to hit, but then it, like, misses. 85% chance to hit. Are you serious, man? Wonder if there's other, like, is there anything that's affecting the chance to hit rate here? Is it because we're underground and it's very dark here? Hit the body, man. I also need to get, I need to increase Ryogo's, like, ace rank anyway, so I'm trying to get him to get the kills. So that he'll have more, AP to work with. But he refuses to land these hits. Hitting everything else but the body. Finally. Maybe we should start harassing Jose, but he's fainted right now, so we don't really need to do anything with him. Unless he gets off, like, feint next turn. And maybe we should take him down. But, kind of free. He's kind of free. If you can hit the left arm or the body, it would be great. Nice. Ah, no, that's the right arm. Huge. We'll take it. If you could hit the body, it would be great. Nice, 28 HP, that's one shotgun shot. Come on, pull up. He's still stunned. Start punching him. Punch his arm off. Or his body. We're gonna kill Jose. I'm sorry, Jose. Actually, he's the recruitable, so he's gonna survive. One thing that I've noticed, like every Wanzer is like left-handed in this game for some reason. Can we get that skill activation, please? Nice. I'll take it. Break his legs. What's the range of this thing? 1 to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That far? That's kind of crazy. Here it comes! It's very slow. What's the range on that thing? Can I steal it? I would like to steal it. 1 to 9? Scared? Let's kill Jose first. Fucking miss. That slow ass thing can dodge. Oh nice, we have completely disarmed Jose. No way, Jose. Which arm has a laser beam? Right arm has a laser beam. I want to hit the right arm to disable it. Alright, baby, let's hit that right arm. Stop hitting. Wait, is that the left arm? Stop hitting the left arm. Does he just take the hit for it? on, baby. Right arm, right arm. Let's get that right arm. The hover is also nice, so that you can just hide it. But I would rather just completely there we go, we got the right arm. Perfect. $75 HP. Right arm, right arm. No, miss. I want to steal it. I wonder if we could. Holy fuck. Come on, hit. Oh my god. Right arm, right arm, right arm. Left arm. Oh, Jose is running away. Can it only shoot in like straight lines or something? It's so slow. Can you defend against that energy particle beam? Or does it go through? No, it doesn't. Kinda lame. Let's see if we can get the guy to eject. Come on, buddy, give up. Give me your mech. Surrender, fool. He won't surrender. Literally 6 HP in a dream. I wonder if we can punch him out of the mech. I want to see if we could, because I want to steal the mech. Can you get the Kodamari? Let me just Google this. Can you steal it? It would show up in the skill list if it's something that we could have. No, you can't. Yeah, it won't be looted at the end. Yeah. You just have to straight up kill the guy. Why are you running? I'm sorry, Jose. End of the line for you. Finally, he leveled up. Jose says, I guess this is it. No! The Papel Company. Alright, just harass this guy. Such a cool looking mech and we can't have it. Why would you show it to me if I can't have it? Ryogo says, hey, it looks like the pilot's still alive. Kazuki says, you're okay? Are you okay? Kazuki says, you know where they took Midas, right? Please tell us. Jose says, kill me. Kazuki says, what? I have no intention of harming you. We're just trying to get Midas back. Jose says, please just kill me. I serve no purpose by continuing to exist. Kazuki says, stop it, I won't kill an unarmed man. Jose says, then leave me and go. Forget about me. Ryogo says, let him go, Kazuki. He's got his own problems to sort out. Emma says, Lukov? Lukov says, the DHZ fleet has begun their invasion of Batangas. Hurry. Emma says Midas was moved elsewhere. They're most likely preparing it for transport. Lukov says, what about the scientists? Emma says they're probably somewhere further down. Lukov says, let's leave Midas to Purple Haze. In the meantime, we'll rescue the scientists. Emma says, Dennis, Ryogo, you two stay here. Wait, no, don't leave me! Joe says, okay, we'll look after Midas. Joe says, Cindy, Gaster, let's jam. No, don't leave me, I might need you. No changes that needs to be made here. Emma says, look, there they are. Kazuki says, the scientist from Yokosuka base. The scientist says, who are you? Are you with the rebels? We're Japanese, we don't have anything to do with the Philippines or this rebellion. Emma says, I understand. We're with the UCS, we're here to save you. The scientist says, save us? Why would the UCS want to help us? Emma says, I'll explain everything later. First, we need to escape. Kazuki says, is Alisa Takemura here? Alisa says, Kazuki? Kazuki says, Alyssa. Alisa says, what are you doing here? Kazuki says, what a relief, I thought you might have died. Emma says, Alyssa, wait, you know each other? Kazuki says, Alyssa, this is Emma, she's a scientist from the UCS. Alisa says, a UCS scientist? Well, let's talk to everybody. They gave us the opportunity to save for some reason. Is there anything that we could do right now? Emma says, I'm glad your sister is safe. Now let's come up with a plan to safely extract the scientists. The scientist says, wait, aren't you Japanese? Why are you working with the UCS? Don't worry about it. Lukov says, there's no time for that. We've got to get out of here now. Midas might already be armed. Alisa says, Midas? Kazuki says, yeah, that's that new bomb they brought over from Japan. Alisa says, wait, what's going on? Kazuki says, Midas originally belonged to the UCS. You're here to take it back? Elisa says, so you're the one. You're the one who made that bomb. Elisa says, a modern weapon of mass destruction? How could you make such an evil thing? Emma says, no, it wasn't. Elisa says, I know what happens when that bomb goes off. You know exactly what you were doing, and yet you still chose to make it? Yeah, this game is actually just Oppenheimer. Lukov says, you know how Midas works? Elisa says, yes, I've seen the real thing. A bomb that uses auric radiation shouldn't exist in this world. I'll never forgive the person who created it. Whoops. Ruh-roh. Unrest between the ladies in the party. The scientist says only Alyssa seems to fully grasp just how the bomb works. She's an analytical prodigy. Lukov says, so there's another person who knows how to decipher Midas. Kazuki says, Alyssa, that's enough. I was totally uncalled for. Apologize to Emma. Emma says, it's okay, she's right. This is all my fault. I understand if you won't forgive me, but we have to leave, please. Elisa says, no, I refuse to go anywhere with her. Lukov says, then stay here if that's your decision, but I won't let the rest of us be killed because of you. Kazuki says, Alyssa, I'm not leaving you behind, come with us. Okay, she says okay. Ryogo says, finally, I was getting tired of waiting. Ryogo says, hey Alyssa, are you alright? Alyssa says, Ryogo, you're here too? She's wearing like military uniform. Ryogo says, hey, you're not your usual cheerful self. Is something bothering you? It's Kazuki, isn't it? Alyssa says, no, it's nothing. I'm just glad to see you too. Dennis says, what's wrong, Emma? You seem a bit pale. Emma says, don't worry, it's nothing. Ryogo says, hey, what's with all the long faces, people? Lukov says, save it for later, we have to leave. Kazuki says, is that soldier still here? Ryogo says, just forget about him, man. He's gonna fire emblem like recruit Jose. Kazuki says, hey, this base isn't safe anymore. We better get out of here. Jose says, why do you insist on saving me? I'm an enemy? Kazuki says, and I'm not a soldier. There are no enemies or allies, just people. Jose says, if you're not a soldier, then why are you fighting? Kazuki says, do you have to be a soldier to protect the ones you love? Do you have to be a soldier to fight for what you believe in? Jose says, yes, that is why I became a soldier, to protect this country. I fought for my country and lost the love of my life as a result. I have no right to live. Kazuki says, do you really think the person you lost would be happy if you died? You're just blaming the war for your lack of self-worth. There must still be some things you want to see and do. You can't die yet, not like this. If you don't plan on dying, then you'd better get out of here. Jose says, I would have thought I'd get lectured by a boy like that. Jose says, odd. I actually believe him. Oh yeah, how are we supposed to escape? The soldier says, reporting, sir. The enemies are attempting to escape the base with the scientists. A DHZ fleet has landed at Batangas. Rebel forces are attacking the base. Simon says, is the transport ready? The soldier says, sir, the runway has been blocked off. We're loading Midas onto a seaplane right now. Simon says, release Midas's safety switch. Change the plane's destination to Batangas Bay. You're gonna blow up Batangas? Soldier says, but sir, we'll need GHQ's permission to use it. Simon says, we can't let the DHZ take over this country. I'll take full responsibility. If my wands are ready. Uh-oh. He's gonna blow up Batangas. Uh-oh. Kazuki says a lake. Lukov says that's right. The submarine will pick you up behind the base at Taal Lake. Oh wait, there's more. What the hell? Then it says, Lukov, what happened? Lukov says, it seems my wanzer didn't last. The soldier says, there they are, get them. Kill the scientists if you have to. Ruh-roh. A beach fight. Kazuki says, of all the luck, there's no time to wait for the sub. Lukov says, take the enemy hovercraft. You can use it to escape. Kazuki says, Emma, look after the scientists, I'll cover Lukov. Lukov says, Kazuki, forget about me. The scientists are far more important. Kazuki says, are you stupid? You think I'm just gonna leave you behind? Okay, we could still deploy, Emma. Alright, let's dance. Whoa, there's so many enemies. Let them come. Damn it. Perfect start. Actually, we need to hit this guy first. But I'm scared of this guy that's approaching. Pretty thick. That's a thick boy right there. Is that a castle? It is a castle. I should destroy the installation that's up there first. Because it's gonna start shooting at us. We need to hit the body, so we can kill it as soon as possible. Stop hitting the legs. Why does she love going for the legs for some reason? Even has issues with hit rate. Oh, good enough. Just start punching the fuck out of this guy. Oh, stun. Boom! Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, sure, you'll take it. That guy's like completely dismantled. Oh no! It missed. Those cannons are kind of monkas, but it's okay. Nice with the left arm, that's always ideal. And guys, surrendering. We could just probably ignore the cannons. What's its range? 2 to 6. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Huh. Oh, okay. Ryogo's not within range. Okay, this is out of the range. So we can harass this guy. Miss. And we'll just aim for the tank. Yeah, if we could always just get the stun, that's always ideal. Everybody's stunned. And we're out of range of the cannon, so it's fine. Joe says, "Cool face, can you hear me? Is anyone there?" Kazuki says, "Joe, what's wrong?" Joe says, "It's no use, we can't hold them off any longer, we need help." Kazuki says, "We're almost done here, just hang in there." Joe says, "Damn, this guy's good, hurry it up. Gaster, to your right." Kazuki says, Joe, what happened? Do you copy, Joe? Uh-oh, something bad happened to them. They died! Where is that shot going to? You know what, maybe we should just disarm the other castle. Actually, no. We'll just wreck that tank. And then we'll just blow up this guy's arm off. I fear for this one scientist. It's kind of getting close within range of the cannon. Let's in the next turn we'll try to disable that cannon. Uh-oh. Missed. Where the... Okay, I was like, where's that going? Literally 1 HP on that guy. Come on, get him. Nice. Now that scientist is going to be within range of the other cannon. Uh-oh. Oh, actually not in range of the... Okay, actually not in range of the cannon, so we can just ignore that one. By that cliff, and then we can just start punching the fuck out of this one. Eject punch! Get out of here. Cute. Hit or miss. Wait, where's that hit or miss coming from? That thing sucks. I mean, it's great if you're like trying to kill like small pilots that's been forcibly ejected, but Is it better if I use like a... Okay, never mind. Holy shit. Killed that guy. Make this guy surrender. Please don't kill him. Nice. We could just confiscate his mech. Wait, don't kill him, you idiot! No! Okay. GG's. Hazuki says, Lukov, protect Alyssa and the others. I'll go help Purple Haze. Lukov says, affirmative. Emma, come with me. You're a scientist. You don't have to fight. Emma says, I can't. Midas is still out there. I have to keep going. Sorry, but I'm staying. Lukov says, I see. Lukov says, Kazuki, I don't understand. Why didn't you just leave me behind? Kazuki says, you're one of us. We can't leave you behind. Lukov says, you're too soft. You might regret that in the future. Kazuki says, hey, I just saved your life. Don't push it. I'm worried about Purple Haze. Let's go. Kazuki's warming up to me. He's kind of like a hard ass, but then once he gets down to it, he's very like loyal to his allies and friends. I'll be right back real quick. What time is it? Alright, back. That hit or miss skill seems pretty jank. But like, with the way that the game is structured with save states and load states, it's actually like a 50-50 chance. It's pretty good. Like you can get all of the burst from a shotty to land if you can get it to like actually hit. So I'll keep it. But if there's no like save state or load state, I wouldn't put that on my mechs. What is that? It's a Metal Gear railgun. Wait, who died? Joe says, Cindy, go meet up with Kazuki. Cindy says, what are you saying? I can't leave you behind like this and run away. Joe said, who said anything about running? You know we can't stop Midas by ourselves. Now go get Kazuki and his buddies. I'll try to stop the transport, Joe says. Did Gaster die? Watch out! Joe says, damn, there were still some left. Saman says, UCS trash. Cindy says, Joe? Kazuki says, Joe! Emma says, Purple Haze lost? Ryogo says, damn! Ryogo says, Cindy? Cindy says, Ryogo. No! Ryogo says, hey Cindy, answer me, can you hear me? Cindy says, Ryogo, you were right. Guess we're not such hotshots, after all. No! Saman says, you miserable little pests. I'll put a stop to you myself. Kazuki says, Purple Haze was wiped out? Damn you! Ryogo says, stay back, Kazuki, this one's mine. Wait, so what kind of damage does the, piercing? Oh shit, there's so many. Emma says, Kazuki, the seaplane's taking off. No, they're getting away! Kazuki says, damn it, I guess that's it then. Jose says, it's still too early to give up. Kazuki says, you? Jose says, that's right, it's me. Sorry about earlier. There's a plane still at the base that we could use. I'll lend you a hand, let's hurry. Kazuki says, thanks. Alright, let's take him out. I think we're fucked. That is so many enemies. Oh my goodness. Can we stun punch that motherfucker? Whoops. I didn't mean to do that. Punch. Punch. You wanna punch. If we could eject it, it'd be funnier. Yow. Oh my god. We eject punched it. Yes, sucker. Let me ride that thing. Yo, we're piloting that thing. Okay, kill the pilot. Kill the pilot, or just start shooting at Simone. Oh, we got the feint. Nice. We'll just harass him. No, don't hit the legs. Or, well, since he's fainted, we could just, ignore him for now, and just, focus on the others. Alright, take out these pilots. Check out these choppers. Yeah, fuck him up, Joe. Not Joe, Jose. Jose, they're bullying Jose. That is hilarious. Ah. Need you to hit the body. Or at least, like, maybe eject some on, if possible. Nice. Forced discharge? I wanna hijack it too. Nah. So you can inject them. Wait, why couldn't I do anything with Ryogo? Is countering the only thing that he could do? Kill some mobs. The Whoops. I saved instead of, my bad. Can he move? He can move. It's kind of awkward though. Shit. What if you shoot him with a cannon? How much damage does it do? Here, take this railgun to the face. Where did it go? It's unfortunate that I missed with Emma. How far back was this? Fuck, it's the beginning of the... It's alright. We'll just eject him again. Oh wait. This is, Yoon? I need to kill Samon while he's ejected like that. Direct hit. Yes, we got him. Perfect. Unfortunately, Jose is dead. Take one for the team, thank you. Salute emoji. Thank you, Jose. I'll take the hit. Cute. Yeah. Get ejected, fool. Huh. Do you not know how to use the cannon, man? What's the hit rate of that thing? Let's just kill this guy. Get out of here, fool. Nice, one down. What's the hit rate of the cannon? 62%. Holy shit. Just you wait, buddy. You're gonna get your turn. One shot, man. Oh. Guy is one shot. Oh, he wants to grab the oh no, he doesn't. Hello, Sky. Good afternoon. How's it going? This guy is very brave. I thought he was gonna jump into my mech. I'm doing well. Today is kind of the day for us Canadians, so I have an off day today, so I'm just playing. I'm learning a new song on the guitar. Oh yeah? What song? I think I've mentioned it already before, but I used to play guitar back in high school. Just to Happy Canada Day! Happy Maple Leaf Day! Holy shit, we killed that guy. Evil. I used to play like guitar in my youth, in my high school days. A lot. And it was the height of like Bruno Mars. And I mostly just got into like I got into playing the guitar just so that I could like learn how to rizzle the ladies, but I ended up loving the guitar, and I was very partial to like Eastern Europe pieces, like Czech pieces, just for the fun of it, because of how complicated they got. Five HP, man? Are you kidding me? Was that the oof noise? How old is the oof noise? This game did come out in like 2001. Oh, can't hit this guy. And now die. Yeah, I gotta love picking up a hobby to impress a girl just to fall in love with the hobby more, yeah. I did stop eventually though, and when I gave my guitar away to my ex, and then but yeah, at some point I was like obsessed with Czech pieces. Because they were very fun to play, and pretty challenging, just for the pure love of the game at the point. GG's. Unfortunate that we can't bring home these monstrosities of like mechs back with me. Yeah, I usually just play around with chords, but sometimes we hear a song and go like, wait, how's that go? Yeah. Like, you play guitar long enough, or just like any instrument, and you get like into it, how to play it on like on the instrument, any instrument, really. That's the fun part of playing any kind of instrument. If I were to like try and learn a new instrument, maybe a violin or a cello, because I mean like all string instruments are mechanically the same. Maybe if I have more time. Not in the cards right now though. I bumbled my way into a few Zelda songs on my own, yeah. Probably not gonna go back to like picking up an instrument. That's just like phase in my life that I've already went through. I'm considering like since my cousin whose birthday was like the other day, and she started taking like archery classes, and it's actually like pretty reasonable price, and she loved it very much. She had a lot of fun with it, so maybe I'm gonna start like picking it up with her once I finish my move, maybe towards the latter half of the year or maybe next year. We'll see, because there's still a lot of like uncertainties. I'm pretty busy with everything else, so I don't think I have like time for any new hobbies until like the latter quarter of the year or maybe next year. We'll see. Archery is pretty fun, and did that in high school. Yeah, thinking of picking that up, because there's a lot of like ranges here in Vancouver. It's pretty fun. Well, she said she had a lot of fun. Like right after she got out of the lesson, she was like, "I want to go back and take some more." So I was like, looks pretty encouraging. They also does that same school is also a dojo for rapier classes. I don't know about that. We'll see. Archery is like the most appealing thing. Just be careful not to skin your forearm. Yeah, that's what the little protectors are for. The arm thingamajigs. Why did that happen? That happened to you? Especially with the longbow, like I didn't use bracers when I did it. I've played enough like Kingdom Come Deliverance. Not me, but some others did, yeah. Yeah, I played enough like Kingdom Come Deliverance that you need to not forget to use your bracers. I was like, why am I taking damage? I was like, oh, we don't have braces on our boy Henry in Kingdom Come Deliverance. I missed that game. What time is it? Kazuki says, Emma, will it fly? Emma says, yes, we're all set for takeoff. Kazuki says, Jose, take care of everyone. Jose says, don't worry, I'll make sure the rest make it out alive. Hurry, you've got a plane to catch. Wait, what do you mean still alive? Is Cindy and Joe still okay? Kazuki says, Emma, what's their course? Emma says the sub is tracking them. We'll be airborne in a few seconds. Yeah. Pilot says, fleet location has been confirmed, initiating approach. I don't remember that being an issue in that game. It is. It was. Didn't play the second one. It was a thing in the first game. If you forgot to wear like any kinds of gauntlets in the early game, just raw dogging it with your hands, I'll take damage. Can't wait for Kingdom Come Deliverance 3. We'll be there. I usually try to be fully armored, yeah. In the early game. Game was tough, it was fun. I miss Kingdom Come Deliverance. Yeah, Kazuki says, there it is, I found it. Emma says, this is bad, it's already starting its bombing run. Oh shit! Pilot says, bogey at 7 o'clock. Kazuki says, can't we do anything to stop it? Emma says, I'll ram it if I have to. Oh shit. Wait. Everybody's still on board. Pilot says, I've reached the waypoint, commencing bombing. They're gonna blow up the Philippines. They're gonna blow up Batangas. Yo, holy shit! Yo, they blew up Batangas! Yo! That's my grandfather's hometown. That's hilarious. Fucking deleted off the map. It's literally my grandfather's hometown. We literally have a place there. That's fucking crazy. Kazuki says, damn it, the OCU used Midas. We couldn't stop them in time. Emma says, I'm sorry, Captain, the mission was a failure. The OCU deployed Midas, it's gone. Captain says, we confirmed the explosion. The blast was quite powerful. According to visual reports, it destroyed an entire city. Is that true, Emma? Emma's Oppenheimering it up. Captain says, despite all that, you've successfully completed your mission. Kazuki says, completed it. We needed to retrieve Midas. Wasn't that the goal? The captain says, ideally, yes, but Midas is gone, and we have the Japanese scientists in custody. No other country can reproduce it now. Mission accomplished. Kazuki says, people died. How can you be so nonchalant about it? Emma says, stop it, stop, Kazuki. They blew up the Philippines, no big deal. It's pretty funny that they think that the Philippines would be like militarily like capable this far into the future, like 2112. They're probably coming off like the assumption that like the Philippines would once again become like a tiger country, just like they did back in like, what year was it? 40s, 30s? When was it considered that the Philippines was considered a tiger country? The Tiger of Asia is what it was called. Back in Tiger of Asia. When was that? When did that happen? I don't remember. During the first tenure of President Marcos. When was he president? That was the Tiger of Asia years of like the Philippines. Yeah, 65. 1965 to 1986. Why did I say 1940s? That's World War II. 65 to 86 was when Philippines hit like hit their highest like economy. Was actually like considered like one of the best economies in South Asia, or like Asia as a whole. The captain says the OCU was responsible for that. It's not our concern. Besides, the explosion resulted in major damage to the DHZ fleet. It's probably for the best this way. Wouldn't you agree, Emma? Emma says, excuse me, I don't feel well. Emma says, I'm sorry. Yeah, this game posits that what if Oppenheimer was a cute Russian girl who regretted, well, I mean, and was also a pretty capable pilot. Mecha pilot. Anyways, what time is it? It is 4 p.m. Wait, did we get Jose? Oh, we get Jose. A Filipino brand mecha. Para PAW. What does it do? Ranged weapons. Is it any good? We'll see. Yeah, Filipino party member, cool. It was either Jose or Lee that we could recruit during like the Taal base raid. That's pretty fun. Anyways, that'll be it for me for this afternoon. I'm gonna go hit up the gym. Crazy happenings in Front Mission 3. They blew up Batangas. Alright, well, GG's for all the friends that dropped by. Thank you very much. See you all later. Good afternoon, good evening. Peace, peace.